What made you forbid someone from ever entering your home again? 1. My niece was 15 years old when she fell pregnant, 16 when she gave birth. Because of her age, mental capacity and financial status, I agreed with her and her mother that I would take care of her daughter. I fell in love with her little girl, and for the first 6 months of her life she would spend the day at my house and go back to my niece, Granny's house to sleep at night. When the little one spent time at my house, my niece would usually tag along. It started small. First, I would notice that the Coke in my glass is less than when I last took a sip. I can sip on a glass of Coke for hours. Then, a piece of meat would disappear from a plate of leftover food left in the fridge. Next, some money disappeared from my purse. My second phone that I kept for banking purposes went the same route, disappeared into thin air. Throughout the above occurrences, I was never sure whether it was just my imagination or not. We are used to leaving anything from money to tablets lying around because none of us living in the house, husband, sons, me, would ever steal. But these things kept on disappearing, and the only new person who was added to the equation was my niece. Because we were never 100% sure that our stuff was disappearing, we never confronted her. I did, however, speak to my sister, niece's mother, about it when my phone went missing. My niece denied having anything to do with it. I thought that I must have misplaced it, but to date the phone has not reappeared. Then, one Sunday, my sons discovered that some of their PlayStation and Xbox game consoles and a lot of their games were missing. Needless to say, they were fuming because it cost them quite a bit of money to build up their collections. I confronted my niece about it and, again, she claimed innocence. That is when I banned her from ever setting foot in my house again. 2. I don't smoke and never have. I despise the smell of cigarette smoke and don't like it around me. I build historically accurate flintlock rifles. An acquaintance brought this fella over to look at one. He was scruffy, so I didn't let him in the house and told them to wait on the porch. I went and got the rifle he wanted to see. As I came through the door back to the porch, this guy took out a pack of Lucky Strikes. I said, "Don't light that here. I don't like smoking around me." He just looked at me, put the cigarette in his mouth and lit it, then spit the tobacco bits on my porch and said, "What are you going to do about it?" I butt stroked him in the gut with the rifle, which doubled him over, tossed the rifle on the love seat, grabbed him by his neck front and back, squeezed his Adam's apple to cut his air, bent him backwards and said, "If you ever come on my porch again, I'll smash in your ugly fucking face. That's what I'll do about it." I then threw him head first off the porch into my gravel driveway. I could tell this guy was used to being a bully and getting his way. I don't put up with that disrespect from no one. Me, I Jalalabad, Astan 2009. I'm 55 yo here. The bottom pic is me retired. I built the musket I'm holding. I'm 62 yo here. 3. An acquaintance of my husband stopped by one day, and my husband, being the nice guy he is, invited him in, even though he knows how I feel about people I don't really know or trust in my home. He was on the couch. My husband went outside to get the beer, and I got up and went to my room, and heard one of my dogs yelp. I walked back out to find this guy, his hand around my dog's throat, holding her to the ground, violently. I yelled at him to let her go, and this douchebag told me that he was teaching my dog how to stay off the couch. ! This is my, therefore my dog's, home. They have free reign of our home. The beds, couches, floors, even the bathtub if they choose. Nobody hurts my dogs for anything. My little Tessa got on her couch to say hi to a new friend, and this idiot chokes